Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to yet another video of Ed's Moto Mindset. And today we're going to check the beginner friendliness of a Suzuki GSX-8S. And it's a very new bike. This bike is a half year old and a friend of mine lent it to me, so I will stay. I'm not planning to crash it, so let's talk about this bike. If you're new to this kind of videos, I'm trying to find out if a bike is fitted for a beginner, and so when we have a whole list with a whole lot of numbers which make an average, and that gives a score, which you can probably see in the thumbnail. The friend who lent this bike to him is riding behind me. So maybe we see him once in a while. Let's start with the first category, which is riding. And the first part of riding is engine power. And this bike is pretty fast. And for a beginner rider, it might be a little too fast. It's not crazy 200 brake horsepower bike, but it might be a little too much for a beginner. And it's 86 brake horsepower, if I'm not wrong, which can get you up to speed very soon, which is of course dangerous. So in engine performance, I have to wait. In engine performance, this bike scores a 5 out of 10. So this is how this works. I'll give every category a number and we average it out, and that it gets a final score. Second category of riding is engine power delivery, which is very important. Some bikes are very fluent, some bikes are very predictable, some bikes are very unpredictable, and this is, I would say, in the worser part of the predictability, because it's a two-stroke, which means you can lock up the rear tire pretty easy, and the power is really fast, if you know what I mean. So if you give a little throttle, let's do that right here, a little faster. So you give a little throttle, you instantly feel the power, and you get throwback on the bike, which is of course a lot of fun, but it might be a little bit too much for a beginner rider. So in the power delivery category, it scores a 3. Then next we got weight, and this bike is not too heavy, which is always good. The lighter a bike is, the better it is maneuvering low speeds, and the more forgiving it is. So in the weight, it scores a 9. And the next category is stability. Partly because of the weight, but also because it's just a well-built machine, it scores a 8. So for weight a 9, and for stability an 8. It's really humble. You can really move the bike around on low speeds. Your position is also pretty relaxed. I would say it's a bit strange to put an engine like this in a bike like that, but it is what it is. So stability an 8, weight a 9. The next part is aerodynamic. It's basically a naked bike, which makes it less aerodynamic than for example a sport or a sport tour bike, but it's for a naked bike really good. You can see, we have to brake. You can see my knees, they're pretty covered. It started raining a few seconds ago, and the half of my leg is still dry, which is great, especially for naked. So I would say it could be worse, it could be better. Let's open the visor because the rain is fogging up. And for aerodynamics, it scores a 7. Next part is fitting. Fitting is very important, because fitting nice. As soon as if you shift down, it gets power. It's a lot of fun, but maybe a little bit too much fun. Fitting is it's a very low bike, which is nice for beginner riders. You can get to the ground very easy, and the seat is very small, which makes it easier to reach the ground with both your feet. So when you're on a parking lot or something, you have control over the bike, which is always good for a beginner bike. And on fitting, it scores a 9. And the last part of riding, and that is fun. And you probably heard me laughing in this video already. It's a lot of fun, a little bit too much fun maybe, but it's just, this bike is just a lot of fun. It's very predictable in stability wise, not power wise, but stability wise, and it's therefore it scores a 9, which brings the riding category to a 7.14. Okay, let's go. That's what I mean. It just goes. It just screams, you know. That can be a little bit unpredictable for a new rider. So riding a 7.14. Next category is reliability, and this is a new bike, so it's a little bit tricky to cover reliability because you don't know what can go wrong. But Suzuki is one of the 4 big companies for motorcyclists, and they make great bikes, very reliable, and they give the bike 7-year warranty, which is a hell of a lot more than... I'll go here. I'm done here. Let's go here. So it gives 7 years warranty, which basically means Suzuki is really trying to show that they trust this machine, this platform, this bike, and so that's great. So for overall reliability, it scores a 9. Age, which is very important if you look at a reliability of a bike, and for age it scores a 10. It's basically new, so what can go wrong over time, we don't know, but age wise it's very new. Next category is, sorry, I have to speak, and my is wet, is knowledge. How much information is there available about this bike, and it's basically brand new, everything is still available, and so that also scores a 9. Oh, I want to go right. Let's see if we can go right here. Information still available. This is basically more important with older bikes. Some bikes get rare, parts get really unavailable, and knowledge can get lost over time, but this is basically new, so also a 9. And the same counts for parts availability. Everything's still available. Second-hand market, we have to guess, you know, there aren't many second-hand bikes now, and second-hand parts aren't as well. So this is just damn reliable for a beginner bike, and that's why it scores a 9.25 on reliability. Next part is safety. Let's watch this amazing bike. Hi. Next part is safety. Oh, I turned on the big light. Let's go. Okay, again, next part is safety, and safety wise, the first category of safety is brakes, and it brakes good. It's not the best brakes in the world. You will find better brakes. For example, my student bike, I'm not sure how to name, but the bike I lessed on, woohoo, Audi R8. My student bike had just better brakes, but it's not terrible as well. So brakes wise, it scores a 7. Next part is ABS. ABS works very well. It has it, and it works very well, and you can tune the settings and stuff. So the ABS, it scores a 9. And then visibility, and by visibility it works 2 ways. How good can you see, and how good can other people see you? And the first part, how good can you see is fine. The second part, how good could other people see you, is a little bit downer, if you know what I mean, because not all lights on this bike are LEDs. That surprises me, but it is what it is. But not all bikes are LED bulbs, which makes it a little bit of a downer. For a new bike, I would suggest have all LEDs, but it's just what it is. So on the visibility it scores an 8 because it's very good visible, but the LED's the only downside. So safety wise it scores an average of an 8, which is very good. And last wise, it's price. Buying your first bike is the price very important. If you drop it, how much hurt you're gonna get is depending on also on the price, of course, of the machine. And the first category of price is, let's go here. The first category of price is the purchase price, and I would not recommend buying a new motorcycle as my first bike. It's quite expensive. If you drop it, it's very unfortunate, and it will step you back a hell of a lot money. I think those bikes are new around 10,000 euros, probably the same in dollars. So I think you should not buy your first bike brand new, but if you do, you have a very good bike. But if you drop it, which is very reasonable, of course, when you're new, you have a hole in your pocket. So purchase price wise, I give it a 4. Next part is maintenance. It's a Suzuki, it's brand new. Parts are cheap for Suzukis. They're very well reliable. Oh fuck, I wanted to go right. Anyway, they're easy to maintain, and maintenance wise this scores a 9, almost the maximum. And operational costs, it's funny how incredibly, let's go right here. I don't want to stand still. Yeah, let's go. Operational costs, so how expensive is it to insure and how expensive is it to ride? It's a very fuel mile friendly, like extremely fuel efficient. I was in shock actually. Only to insure it's a bit more expensive than you might think, because it has loads of power. And for operational cost it also scores a 9, and that brings the total to a 7.33. And if you summon that all up, you get a 7.9 for beginner friendliness of this bike. And in my opinion, this is just my opinion, if you are willing to spend the cash, so you want to spend the cash, woohoo! If you are willing to spend the cash on buying the machine, and if you drop it, well, you have something left, and you are able to control the power. This is almost as good as it gets, but those are the two disadvantages of this bike. Overall, a very good beginner bike, and yeah, let's walk around it, shall we? And then we can end this video. As you can see, it's very easy to maneuver. Ooh, where's the stand? Oh, there it is. There you go. So there it is, the beautiful Suzuki GSX-8S, and there's my beautiful machine, of course. And I hope you like this video, and see you in the next one. Cheers!